everyone, and I'm really very happy to introduce Apoorva here from the class of 23 MBAEx IIM, and as you can see, she is from Tata Motors, and what is interesting about it is a woman in manufacturing, from the manufacturing background. So Apoorva, over to you. Why don't you introduce yourself and let us know what all you've been doing in Tata Motors before joining IIM.
So, hi ma'am, I am mechanical engineer by profession, and I had a very enriching and amazing experience at Tata Motors. I can say I joined Tata Motors at very apt moment because I was able to witness the whole change in design philosophy moment of Tata Motors, and I was the part of their turnaround journey. Let me give you an example. Let's go 5-6 years back in time.
Okay.
Suppose you want to buy a car and you start doing your research. Then Maruti will come in your mind. Maruti makes a vehicle, Hyundai makes vehicle, Honda makes vehicle, Toyota makes vehicle, but you won't see, Tata Motors won't come in your mind. Tata Motors is also making vehicle, although we have Indica and Indigo only, but Tata Motors didn't come in your mind itself. But now if you see, the scenario is changed. Tata Motors is having presence across all the segment. We have hatchback, sedan, SUVs and everything. So the whole the shift, the perception change, I was able to witness, and I am very proud I was part of that journey. I worked on this, from the smallest vehicle, that was Tata Nano, to the premium SUVs, Tata Safari. I worked on hatchback like Tiago Ultros. I worked on sedans like Tigor. I worked on Nexon. I worked on Harrier Safari. I even worked with EVs. I also worked with a joint venture, that was Tiago GTP. After configuration and maintenance of bill of material in the two systems we were using, PLM and SAP. Apart from that, I worked for facility readiness, vehicle costing, production planning, consumption analysis and change management. I was a part of ABS compulsion, AIS regulations and BS6 transformation as well. So that's why I say I joined Tata Motors at very apt moment, because I was able to witness and be part of whole the transformations and the multiple projects and these transformations.
Apoorva, you kept saying the apt moment and you talked about transitions and changes. So what are these changes, or what do you think are the changes that are going to come in?
Automobile is very dynamic industry. It's very hot cake industry. So many research and technologies going on, and this industry is changing very radically. So most talked initiative is electrical vehicles, as you see, but I believe that's not the only thing we might face in the future. We might see in the future. The another promising alternative is hydrogen powered vehicles. So vehicle powered by hydrogen fuel cells have already begun trickling in some market in Asia, Europe and North America.
Okay.
As per studies, hydrogen vehicle refueling will be 15 times faster than EV vehicles, and also it's half capital intensive, and also battery production have significant consequences on natural resources, because the cobalt, nickel and lithium, the metals which are used for battery production, are limited. So, and hydrogen is the most common element used in the universe, but still hydrogen fuel cell technology is in very nascent stage and costly at now, but hydrogen fuel cell will prove to be a better option even for heavier vehicles. So this is another promising option we might see in future.
This is very interesting because we keep hearing about EV, at least we are hearing something about hydrogen vehicles.
Right.
So since you've said that, I just have this question here. Since everybody is talking about EV and EV everywhere, if EV is growing so much, why is it so slow? Because we've been hearing about EV since 2010.
Yeah.
What do you think is the
reason?
reason?
Do you remember there were coming yellow colored U bikes? That were the first EV vehicles.
Yes.
So apart from the lack of infrastructure for EV, there are many operational issues we still have with EV. The first parameter, there is one parameter called storage capacity per volume.
Okay.
So for a particular size of battery, there is a limited range we can have.
Okay.
We need so much innovation and technology improvement in the storage capacity of a battery. Also, for effective, if we are using EV in the sense of reduction in carbon footprint, we have still many things to work upon. The first is battery production technology itself. Second is recharging mechanism.
Okay.
If you are charging your battery with thermal power generated energy, then there is no use. and also we need to work upon battery recycling. So unless we work upon these areas, we won't be able to have significant impact on environment.
I see, that's interesting. Another very interesting question that anybody would love to ask you. You've been in the manufacturing
Yes.
sector. Why are there so less women in that sector?
Yes, this is very true. We don't see many women in manufacturing. As per studies in India, only 12% of the workforce constitute women, and in America this number is 30%. But things are changing. Let's take an example of Tata Motors only. I have been working on a project for a new assembly shop setup,
Okay.
and this assembly shop is going to run on 100% female manpower.
Seriously?
Yes, all the production, quality testing and everything. We were designing and modifying all the facilities, platform, load assister, manipulator to facilitate women. So this is one thing that is changing. Also, Mr. Bhavis Agarwal, he is setting up a super factory in Tamil Nadu for Ola electric scooter. This super factory is also going to run by 100% female manpower.
Okay.
So things are changing. If we 15 or 20 years ago, there were not many women who opted to work in manufacturing sector, but now things are changing. So we will see the result in coming 10 to 15 years.
Nice. So Apoorva, one final thought from the future woman leader who's now in the class of 23 MBAEx IMC. Is there anything you want to say in particular to women who want to do management education?
In earlier times, whenever we needed some inspiration, we had few limited names like Indira Nui or Kiran Bedi or Kalpana Chawla. We were not having even enough names to look for. But nowadays, things are changing. If you see Shark Tank India, we were having 3 female sharks as well, Namita Thapar, Vinita Singh, and we are having so many women entrepreneurs as well. So I just wish after 10 or 15 years, there will be some student will look after me as a role model as well. So that's my hope.
Of course. Wish you all the best,
Thank you,
Apoorva.
ma'am.
From hydrogen cars to women empowerment, she's covered it all. This is Apoorva from the class of 23 MBAEx IMC. Thank you and wish you all the
Thank you,
best.
ma'am.